It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the Washington Commanders and the Dallas Cowboys, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 25.
It's a stadium so big you can easily spot it flying into Dallas-Fort Worth for a game. This is AT&T Stadium here in Arlington. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Matt Gay now ready to get this one started. And here we go from AT&T Stadium. Short kick gathered in at the 15. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. So here come the Cowboys for their opening drive. Bringing them out is a Mississippi State fourth-round pick in 2016 who's found considerable success in this league, Dak Prescott.
I don't think I'm alone in this, Kate. To me, Dak is one of the easiest players to root for their success in the NFL. I think for me and for many others, it's based on all he's overcome, from tough playoff losses to significant injuries. But his leadership, his stats, his ability to play like an MVP in big moments, at his best, he really is all you could ever ask for.
Here's Williams to start the drive. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Dak now from the gun. Throw secured by George Pickett. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner. Third and 4 coming up now. From the gun is Prescott. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
Cowboys punting it away here on 4th, and it's the longtime vet Brian Engeron now. And the fair catch made here at the 15. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken second in 2024, Jaden Daniels.
Jaden's the closest thing we've seen to Lamar Jackson. And while there's only one Lamar Jackson, the two-time MVP, Jaden's going to push him a little bit in this league. He is a tremendous athlete. Over 1,000 yards rushing down the SEC, and he's just got the instincts, the feel to know when to run it. And man, he can also sling it. A quick, compact, accurate release. I can't wait to watch this guy's skill set unfold in the NFL.
Got Sinnott. It's complete. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
2nd and 3 now. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. Pick up a 5 on that play. And the Commanders will have a first.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
On first down, here's Daniels. Caught by Deebo Samuel. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. And he's brought down for a loss.
Sometimes the surprises work out for a nice game. And sometimes, well, those surprises, they don't surprise anybody, and you're left hoping your running back just gets up.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Daniels. He'll get this one to Brown. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. They get 13 on the pickup. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Samuel comes in motion left. 1st and 10, a run to Robinson. And that's good for a gain of 5. Brought down by Deron Bland. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
And that one's forward for 1, maybe 2 yards. It was Osa Odigizua in on the tackle. He gets a couple, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They've worked it downfield very well to begin the drive. It's 1st and 10 at the 28. Shotgun snap to Daniels. We'll get it complete to Brian Robinson Jr. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Out of the gun, Daniels. He's on the move. He takes it himself. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Daniels back to throw. That's taken in by Samuel. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. Give him 13 on that play. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Samuel comes in motion left. From the gun, it's Robinson. And not much for him there. He's down to the 15-yard line. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
They send him left out of the slot. This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They push it forward for a yard, and that brings up 3rd and 8.
Well, you call that play to surprise the defense, try to get to the goal line. But a quick adjustment by the defense, well, kept them in position to make the stop and ruin that play.
They kick the running back in motion. He has the first over the middle. And this is down all the way to the 3. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Robinson has the Washington touchdown. The Commanders have a great first drive and get the game's first points. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series, and then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays, but when you can play small ball and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Here's Kevontae Turpin on the return. Has a hole left, room to run. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Dallas! The Cowboys finish off their opening drive. Well, when it's set up perfectly, Brock, and you get an exciting return man back there fielding it, wow, there are not many plays in football more exciting than taking a kick back for 6.
Find those blockers, follow those blockers, and then step on the gas. So simple for me to describe, yet so tough to execute on the field.
Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Cowboys respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. After watching one kick get taken back, partner, let's see how well they can replicate it as this one's away. Fielded at the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. Back out run the Commanders for their second drive of the game. They threw it the whole way down the field on their last drive, and they'd welcome the same level of play on this series as well. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for second down. Throwing now, Daniels. Dialing up a receiver screen. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You'll hear defensive coaches all the time really ask their players to pull the trigger. Read, react, diagnose, and when you see it, go fire away. And that's exactly what the defense does to take away that screen.
And the Cowboys bringing on an extra DB here. Third down coming. Dump off caught by his back. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. First, second, third down, sometimes even fourth. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Calls fair catch and has it inside the 40-yard line. No return on that punt. And the Cowboys will get set to go on offense. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. That's incomplete left side. Trying to get that one to CeeDee Lamb. And now it's 2nd down.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Throwing again is Dak. It's caught. Ferguson. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Oh, and they're going to have the fullback drawing power for it. And they'll bring him down after a small gain to the 48. It's a gain of only 1 yard. That's going to leave him with a 4th and 2. One quarter down for these two NFC East teams. Both teams neck and neck so far. Back to AT&T Stadium in just a moment. Dallas sends its punting unit onto the field. And he'll try to have his second punt top his first one. And this one did hit at the 8, but took a big bounce and finished its journey in the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense getting set for its next possession. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Daniels from the pistol. Throw complete to Sinnott. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play. Always a point of emphasis, right? Protecting the quarterbacks, and that play is going to draw the flag every time. Roughing the passer on that last play, and that's always going to lead to an automatic 1st down. Now Daniels off the play action. Into the hands of Terry McLaurin. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Play fake here, Daniels. He's trying to push the field. And for the first time, one of his throws doesn't find a home. It's incomplete, but boy, what a streak he had to begin this game.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. To throw, Daniels. He completes it in traffic. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Again, Daniels to the air. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
And he's tackled for a short gain. Eight yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down. From the 17. That's complete. Here's Brown. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
3rd and short, Daniels. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything, and they just did.
Up and good from Fairbairn. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Returning it from the 16. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. The Cowboys about set to take over. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
1st and 10 now from the 30. First down, here's Dak. This ball's cut by Pickens. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. From the 38. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. This one misses the tight end. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
They'll go with another punt, which brings Brian Anger back to the field. McCaffrey is waiting for it. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. 58 yards on the punt there. And the Commanders will go on offense. They're out and set, 1st and 10. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Daniels. Into the hands of Samuel, complete. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
A toss now to Robinson. And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage.
Now, you'd sure love to see a little more yardage when you get into the open field, but this offense, it will take a new set of downs with that toss run.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. 1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Finds a seam down the middle. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. That one goes for 25 yards. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Daniels. He gets this one to McLaurin. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Tackle made by Trayvon Diggs.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Here's Daniels. Now to his wideout, it's a screen. And they take him down right along the 30. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the 1st.
So critical, Kate, on those receiver screens to get that ball out with great precision. You don't want that receiver thinking about anything but navigating the blocks in front of him. That's well done by everybody.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, Daniels. Has him on the quick hitter. This is ahead for about 5. Kaiir Elam getting there for the stop.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Daniels. No place to go, so he just threw it away. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Daniels now. And that is caught. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders make it a 9-point advantage. That was just gorgeous football right there. He saw the window, just had to wait for his guy to flow toward it, and that pass fit in beautifully for the touchdown.
Kate, this is one of those moments where a quarterback's got to take his pre-snap read and make sure he confirms it quickly post-snap. And when he does, and he's got space to fit that post in, like you said, it's a thing of beauty.
Gay to add the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Commanders make it a 10-point ball game. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Turpin with a return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Offense headed back out there now for Dallas. And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
No, you'll hear some old school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, and they'll say, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right? As a quarterback and as an offense, maybe that was the way you played the game back in the day, but not modern football. You've got to go score.
Throwing on first is Prescott. That throw finds Pickens. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Short pass brought in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Williams. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. We're to the 2-minute warning from AT&T. The Cowboys pushing for a score before the break. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 46. Hits him on the out route. And he's able to cross midfield before going out.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
3rd and just 2 to go. Dak now from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
There's no question the greatest concern there was just getting the first down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open in the short field. It's easy to zip that throw right in there and reset those chains.
That's complete. It's Javonte Williams. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Frankie Louvu there for the tackle.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, when one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Completed over the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Working from the pistol, Prescott. Completed here to Pickens. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Dak throwing again. This throw is caught. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Now Dallas is going to call its 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Another throw for Prescott. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the 2 defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
And he will score. It's a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys make it a 1-score game before halftime. George Pickens the touchdown. For the point after, here's Aubrey. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cowboys cut it to a field goal gain. Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback, this drive starting from the 30. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. He takes a knee, and that's going to run out the final couple seconds of half number 1. Well, that brings us to the midway point of this one. The Commanders enjoying a nice little lead here on the road. Now we'll send you east to our studios in Orlando. That's where Jonathan Coachman is waiting to bring you the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. It was a solid first half of football for the Alabama man, Brian Robinson. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Commanders and QB Jaden Daniels headed out for their next look on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Daniels from the pistol. Quick slant to Samuel. And he's touched down about 5 yards shy of that 1st down marker.
good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 31. That's knocked away by a defender. Incomplete. That was intended for Deebo Samuel. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target and make a play on it.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Daniels. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 37 on the play. And the Commanders will have a first.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Malik Hooker with the tackle. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. Another carry for Robinson. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
From the 18 on 2nd down. And that is caught. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders grow the lead coming out of halftime. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Gay to add the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Commanders make it a 10-point ball game. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Turpin with a return. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. The Cowboys and George Pickens set for this next possession. And they're going to try to take the lead back to one possession here after that last score pushed it up to 24-14. They've got first down from the 31. Second half starts with a run by Williams. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Prescott here from the gun. Hauled in by Lamb, right side. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
The Commanders going dime here to defend this 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. He manages a gain of 8 there. And it'll be first down, Dallas.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
1st and 10, Prescott. That's Lamb running a slant. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. First down, here's Dak. This ball's caught by Pickens. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. That play good for 17 on a first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
They'll come up 1st and 10. From the gun is Prescott. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown! The Cowboys start the 2nd half with some needed points. C.D. Lamb with the touchdown. Wow, just fantastic work there. Tiptoeing along the back line. The concentration was there. Great catch for 6.
Yeah, the concentration and the body control. I don't know how these receivers do it in this day and age. There's no space to work with, yet they have such an awareness to secure it first, to tap dance the line, and go get that touchdown.
For the point after, here's Aubrey. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Cowboys cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Returnable from the 2. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Commanders headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns. Good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can. Putting together quite the game for himself in the process. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Daniels. That's complete to Zach Ertz. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. First carry now for Austin Eckler. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at them. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Now Daniels to throw. He has the first over the middle. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. It's a 21-yard gain. And the Commanders will have a first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Now the shotgun give to Eckler. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. It's a gain of 12 there. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
A split second, all that kept the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
Cut out left. Has room into the secondary. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders make it a 9-point advantage. So he finds his man in space, and then the wideout takes advantage. Nice finish there to take it in for 6.
Yeah, no question about it. We know points are always a premium in this league, and this really becomes a 3 to 4 point play. Right, when you don't have to settle for field goals, you could throw it underneath and your receivers do that much damage in the open field and score a touchdown. That's big time.
Gay to add the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders make it a 10-point ball game. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Turpin with a return. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. The Cowboys and quarterback Dak Prescott ready to get back to work. And we've seen some matching touchdowns as of late, so the scoring coming at a good clip, Brock. Let's see if they can keep this up.
You know what's fun, Kate? After all of these years, I have friends that are offensive guys, friends that are defensive guys. And my friends watching this one offensively love it. The defensive guys, they're climbing up their walls.
Throwing on first is Prescott. That's completed right side. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Man in motion here. Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. It's taken in by Lamb. And this one does not go far.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 43. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. George Pickens, the intended target. And that means third down coming up.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Prescott now on third down. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. They'll give it to Williams on the option. And he'll go down here at the 16.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. 2 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest and gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
Dak now from the gun. On the move, headed right. Now here he goes. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Here's Prescott. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a cornerback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes on how to stay in position and, most importantly, swat that pass away.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Prescott to throw. Catch is made in close. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. So we're through 3 here. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Prescott will look to throw. Cut near the goal line. And in for the Dallas touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
They can tack on one more now, bring things back to within a field goal. And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal would tie this game in the 4th. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Returning it from the 4. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Commanders ready for their next series. Led out on offense by their quarterback. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did. Tote the ball himself for a big run.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Daniels from the pistol. He gets this one to McLaurin. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48.
This really isn't a route designed for a lot of yards, Kate. You're just trying to get a small handful and move on to the next down. Stay in rhythm. And anytime you can work some magic after the catch and stretch it out, those are welcome bonus yards.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. From the 48. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
All right, Cowboys showing nickel set. 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Hauled in left side. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face, because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. This punt out of bounds on the fly. We're waiting for the mark. Looks like they're going to say it's short of the 30. Another drive coming up for this Dallas offensive unit. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug of war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it. And we'll move to the next.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Another carry for him. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the carry, though. It's 3rd and 7 now.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
To the air, 3rd and long. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
The Cowboys setting out their punting unit. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now Daniels off the play action. He throws a bullet to this. They connect on the deep shot. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. He finds 37 yards on the play to move those chains.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play. To throw, Daniels. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down after a short gain.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
From the gun, it's Daniels. Complete, it's McLaurin. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on third down. And that's exactly the result they needed, enough to keep this drive moving.
First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Has it down close. And that's a Washington touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this two-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Gay to add the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Commanders make it a 10-point ball game. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Return starts from the 16. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. The Cowboys offense now headed back to the field. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. Got Lamb, and it's complete. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Prescott here from the gun. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, Kay, that is the epitome of trust right there. Right? When the ball is let out of his hands, I think everybody on the sidelines in the stadium went, because he threw it in double coverage. And you may question the decision, but it's tough to challenge it when it produces results like that.
It's caught, Ferguson. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Dak throwing again. Completed to his running back. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
You know, Kate, it is so hard on these defenses to try to keep an eye and monitor on these running backs when they leave the backfield, especially if he's waiting to chip a defender or delays on the start of his route. He's really an underrated part of their overall passing game.
Doesn't make the connection. Trying to find his tight end. And now they're going to face third down.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Another throw for Prescott. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
We've reached the 2-minute warning from Dallas. Cowboys down by 10. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Prescott set to pass. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. A gain of 3, and now they're going to be able to plan for 1st and goal.
Move the chains! Got to move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Cowboys have to get moving here. Clock's still running. Dak now from the gun. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. So the interception's going to be remembered by the fans here, partner, but not by the official score. The interference call takes that away. Defense, no doubt, still recovering from that interference call, Brock, but they've got to buckle down here. It's 1st and goal. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. And this is cut for a score, and we are not done here yet. Well, they certainly wasted no time in making that turnover hurt even more. They looked to the end zone on the very first play, Brock, and they connected.
You know, Kate, I love it. It was an ambush to begin the drive. They attacked that end zone against a defense who was out there on short notice and not ready for that sudden change they talk about.
And now for the point after, and crucially to bring things within a field goal. And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal would tie this game in the 4th. So with less than a minute and a half to play, they must recover this onside effort. And the Commanders are able to cover the kick. And they make the stop, we're going to say at about the 37-yard line. Needed to try it, we all get it, but didn't work. Still now have those 3 timeouts to fall back on.
They did need to try it, but I think there is a school of thought of, hey, also kick it deep with those 3 timeouts. So now your defense can't give up a yard. Right now, you've really burdened your defense to get a quick stop, and make sure they do not give up any yardage to this opposing offense.
Let's go defense. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Samuel comes in motion left. 1st and 10, around to Robinson. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. The Cowboys signaling for their first timeout. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Staying with Robinson. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards. Now Dallas is going to call its second timeout, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Here's Robinson up the middle. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Final timeout taken by the Cowboys. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. Commanders breaking out the victory formation here as he goes to a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
After one final kneel down, partner, and this should do it. So it's a win on the road for the Commanders. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included.